welcome back to another video. If you don't already know, my name is Ihaka and this is the Salty Dogs NZ YouTube channel. Back home in the Coromandel today, and I'm heading over the hill to try and shoot a fish or two for Christmas Day. So really the target would be a kingfish, because when you're trying to feed a lot of people, one kingfish goes a long way. So yeah, stick around and we'll see what's there. I'm going to be checking out a couple of weed lines I know on the other side. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. Just filling my drink bottle up with some electrolytes. As you're diving through the warmer months, it's really important to keep your fluids up. It actually helps with equalization, and if you're swimming long distances, it's very easy to get dehydrated in the water, because you're obviously wearing a wetsuit and you're sweating inside that wetsuit, so you lose more fluid than you think. So yeah, it just helps to throw some electrolytes in your water. Here we go, we're in there. So from the boat, it looked to be an 8-meter hazy viz. So I was pretty excited to get in, as I could just see the bottom and work out a bit of bait lurking around on the bottom. But as soon as I got in, I saw these 3 or 4 kingfish just buzzing me out in the gloom. So I made a quick duck dive and grunted, shook my gun, but they didn't want to have a bar of me and they took off. As I know there are boarfish in this area over the summer months, I try to stay shallow over the weed line and then dive outwards, just so that I'm a bit more camouflaged. This weed line was about 10 meters, so another important thing when you're diving weed lines is to not bomb it straight down to the bottom. What you want to do is just kick until you're negatively buoyant and then just glide your way down to the bottom, because quite often boarfish will be tucked right in underneath where the kelp overhangs the sand. It's where they hide, and they can be very easily missed or spooked if you aren't paying close attention. So I'm making my way methodically down the weed line and trying to focus as hard as I can on the areas where the kelp meets the sand, seeing if I can see any slow movements of any bigger fish, because that'll generally be a boarfish. So yep, I'm down on the bottom here, and a nice school of trevally comes in from memory. I chose not to take any because they would have been borderline legal, so I'd prefer not to take anything like that. But you'll see here that I look behind me as I'm coming up, and lucky I did, because I spot a nice female boarfish who decides to come and check me out. So I know that the boarfish are in the area, and she was right up in the shallows. So my next move is to swim in that direction as slow as possible, where my fins aren't breaking the surface and my breathing has dropped right down to sort of like a slow, deep breath. And I can finally see something sticking out onto the sand, and I see it slightly move. So that was my opportunity to make a drop. Another thing you'll see here is me making use of the direction of the sunlight. So I'm right back over the weed line and I'm letting the sun disguise me. This can be a really key tactic in not letting the boarfish see you, or any fish for that matter. In this case, a nice little John Dory. Obviously couldn't see me and then saw me dropping down on him. Make use of the sunlight in these situations because it can really help blind the fish when you're dropping.
How's the vid, mate? I won't jump in on you. Just curious.
Probably. Hey?
Looks alright.
It's fucking doable, you know.
Seen anything?
Yeah, shot Johnny.
I was gonna say, I just saw you diving, like, the way you dive, like, he's got a bory or he's got a Johnny.
Yeah, bro.
No bronzes yet?
No bronzies yet.
Yeah.
There will be though.
Yeah. Oh, no, I won't jump in on you, mate. I just thought I'd get the vid.
Oh, feel free, mate. Jump in if you want. I don't give a. Good luck.
Yeah, likewise.
One of the hardest things about shooting John Dory is actually just identifying them. So once you've got an eye for the John Dory and the way that they swim, you will start to spot a lot more. They just swim differently, and quite often they'll be mixed in amongst other bait schools trying to ambush their prey. But yeah, like I say, once you figure out what they look like when they're swimming, you'll be away. It just comes down to time in the water. Boarfish and a couple of Johnnies right there. Not bad, one Bory and a couple of Johnnies. Move on to the next spot. I'm going to go to the kingy spot now. See if I can bang a kingy there. So looks pretty cool. There you go. We're at the next spot. This is a kingy spot for me. The current is humming, but I've already seen a few kingies just under the boat, so see if we can nail one. So I jump in at the new spot and the viz is definitely a lot better up here. The bottom was 20 meters plus dropping away in this spot, but you can see I can just make out the bottom. But again, if you're looking for kingies team, the best place to start is where their food lives, and this is where their food lives for me. Yeah, so very good viz and a little bit deeper diving. So the main thing for me when I'm starting to dive a little bit deeper is just a good duck dive, making sure very efficient, tucking that gun in, and using as little effort as possible to get to the bottom, and just making sure I'm gliding when I'm able to glide to the bottom. So like I said before, once you know how to spot Johnnies, you'll start spotting a lot more. So on this dive, I was mid-dive and a John Dory was swimming straight towards me. I picked him and then he turned around straight away and just started heading straight for the bottom. Unfortunately, I bottomed my float line out. It's a 25 meter float line, but the current was giving it a short line angle. So I was only sitting at about 18 to 20 meters when my when I bottomed out, but I wasn't able to keep a steady aim because the float boat kept pulling my gun around, so I missed. So once again, I'm out, basically still diving a weed line. It's just a little bit deeper. This weed line is obviously it starts at 18 and drops away to sort of like 24 meters. But same tactic, I'm looking for that broken weed, those patchy shades of weed and sand on the bottom. And halfway down, this female boarfish just swims straight at me out of curiosity. And I take a super, super long shot. Yep, missed that one too, but hey, you can't get them all. And just goes to show it's very important that as you're nice and relaxed gliding down, to always glance around to see what's coming in to check you out, because half of the time the fish will come in to check you out whilst you're dropping. So yeah, just keep your head on a swivel when you're dropping down to the bottom.
That was bloody good fun. Stretched the lungs for the rest of the season, and yeah, missed that Bory and missed the frickin' missed the John Dory. Down at about 18 meters, and my bloody float line bottomed out. So yeah, bugger. Oh well, that's it. Out of here.
Well, about to fill it up, this fish. There's boarfish and the John Dories. Here we go, have a fillet sesh.
And just plain salt, bro. Clean the oil. Some people clean that stuff out there, look. It's nice and white, might as well leave it in there, but because once you start to open it up like that, it goes a bit messy. It's old steamer.
An old steamer.
Yeah, just a steamer, bro. Look at that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, just fucking hit the heat beads down the bottom, get the smoke in there. Yeah, just put a temperature gauge in it. Do we need it? I like it old school. I like to smoke by touch and feel, rather than use temp gauge and timers and shit like that. The old fellas used to do this. They'll feel the heat on the door by the gap there. And there was a gauge on. That's how they gauge the smoke in the fish. And we just used to dig a hole in the bank and put a wooden door over it. If you had a hill, the old people, they just used to dig a hole in the hill, put some blocks up there, light a fire down the bottom, and get manuka and cover up and use the manuka as a door. Life is simple, bro. Yeah, I just like salt. I'm not the brown sugar man. I reckon, you know, get the right colour from the smoke, and I don't like sweetness in fish. Those old fellas never had sugar. I never saw the old fellas put brown sugar or golden syrup on it. Plenty salt. Even on the outside. Push that down.
Pretty crap day to be fishing. A good day to be smoking fish, having a beer. are we doing? Just drying it?
Yeah. Rather than cooking it now.
Oh yeah.
So we'll just dry it up a little bit. Try and get a glaze around the fish. And at the end it's easier to colour up.
Ah.
Don't tell you what those on those little Weber smokehouses on the instruction manual. Fucking hard piece there, just put this over the top. Yeah.
Okay, me.
That's it.
That's it.
Easy. Look. Then these racks from the Hooker shop.
Which is the second-hand store.
Yeah. And you get, you know, like, and these are obviously out of a pub. These are the beer racks in a pub. Hey, the
Yeah.
old ones, old style ones.
Stainless steel.
Stainless steel, bro. Try and get these maybe about $200 each minimum. Fucking 50
There you
cents.
go, eh?
50 cents each, beer racks.
What you got there? This is the boarfish, eh?
This is the boarfish. I'm making a fish stock for chowder. And that's just nothing but salt and onions in there.
Yeah. And we got the head and the frame in there, eh?
I've got the head, the frame, and the hoa, which are the wings.
Mm.
I've never tasted a stock like it. There's a sweetness to it. Pretty out of it, but this is like,
Really good, eh?
this is pure fucking deliciousness.
Boarfish is freaking on.
Wow. Oh. Look at that. It's the belly. That's the belly from the boarfish. Look. And it's a combination of a bit of hinu in there. I think it's all of omega-3. Wow.
Yummy, eh?
That's next level shit, bro.
It's either a mix between John Dory and blue cod or John Dory and snapper or something.
That's better than really good. That's sensational. Oh, Mr. Lynn. You come try.
Here we go. Bit of the boarfish belly just boiled up.
Salt and onions. How pure is that? Hey? Exciting.
That's unreal.
Exciting when I find a new fish like this. That's it. I want all those frames when you think you're bored. Bro, this is the stock from hell. This is a specialty.
Yeah. Me. Oh well, better go get some more bories.
I really better check this fish, eh? First up, see if it's cute. Oh, it's all smoke. Oh, that's running a bit hot still. Oh, yeah. Oh, I reckon that's done. I'm just going to smoke it off now. Spread those ashes out. Dull that heat down and then smoke them. Before she catches fire. That's really going to get the smoke going. Oh, yep. You just let that sit in its own honey. I'm still breaking that smokehouse in. It's not too bad. A little bit over. Hey.
Nice.
Bam.
So,
Smoke Hawaii.
smoke Hawaii.
That's a ruin there.
That's the boiled down boarfish frame and head, muscles, and smoked fish. Thank you guys for making it this far in the video. I just want to say a big thanks to all my subscribers for the year, and there's plenty more to come next year. I just want to let you guys know to stay safe out there if you're diving. Just be extra safe, don't risk it, and don't push the limits if you don't need to. Because at the end of the day, no fish is worth our lives. Our families want to see us come home at the end of the day. So, Merry Christmas everyone, and I'll see you on the next one.